Good early afternoon. We are live here on the Blue Plate Special. I'm Andy Andrews. We're in the Wisdom Harbor Studios here in Orange Beach, Alabama at the wharf. And if you're on Facebook, don't forget to click that notification button so that you can be notified when we go on the air. Hi, Instagram. Twitterverse. Hope you guys are doing great. And YouTubers, please click that submit button, or what is it? Subscribe. Not submit, but submit. Yeah, the subscribe button. And also, please share, okay? Patricia Clapp, hi from North Carolina. Patricia, did you share? We need to take a little roll here. Bob Woodall, did you share? Judith DeWitt. Hope you guys are doing really, really good. It's a beautiful day here in Orange Beach. It's kind of cool. So, Holly Damon in the house. Linda Berg from East Central Illinois. Awesome. And Ocala, Jim. Mira. Wait a minute. Wait. Back on. Let's see what Jim said. He says, hi, Andy. I listened to The Noticer. The Noticer returns on Just Jones in the last week and a half. Excellent series. Wow. You're probably sick of me, aren't you? Sick of my voice. You know, I love doing those audios, though. And the one, I was talking to somebody the other day because they had picked up the audio for The Lost Choice. And they said, are you doing this one? And I said, oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing that one. That one taught me a lesson. And the lesson was I would never write another book with that many characters in it. Because I mean, it was like I started getting all over the map. They would like tap on the glass and go, by the way, your old lady is starting to sound like that old man you did in chapter 14. And it's like, oh, okay, play a little bit of it for me. Hey, old man, how you doing? Joy, you like my shirt? This is my shirt from Sand Dollar Lifestyles. Sand Dollar Lifestyles right here, the cornerstone of the wharf. And anyway, I think that's pretty funny. Practice safe 6. Ron Reams, has your Land Rover been developed yet? Well, no, I never got it. It's hard to believe. I mean, it's hard to believe. If you weren't with us yesterday, you need to go and just go back up. We even just posted just the phone call so that if you want to watch the phone call from these people who, they told me they were publishers clear. My mouth is not working. Could you reset my mouth with some knob in there or something? Thank you. Anyway, they told us that they were from Publishers Clearinghouse and that I had won $550,000 and a new Land Rover. Miss Parker, thank you for sharing. Lynn Shelton, thank you for sharing. You know, it's not hard to figure out how to share. And Bob Woodall, of course, you shared. Thank you, buddy. It's not hard to figure that out. But I wonder sometimes. I go, is nobody liking this? You know, because it's like you have, I don't know, a ton of people, and then you have like 2 shares, and you go, are they not liking this? Or does somebody not know how to share it or whatever? But yeah, this is crazy. Ron Reams, thank you, buddy. Ron Reams, I see Ron Reams, and I like kind of freak out because I am behind a microphone, and Ron Reams is like the newsman. So thank you, Kevin Tim. Thank you very much. And you know what I am saying. Thank you for. By the way, we had something. I'm going to make an announcement here in a little bit. I'm going to tell you something's going to happen. But we did have that crazy call yesterday from these people. I never got the Land Rover or the money, either way. And after I had called my wife and told her life is changing, and then I have to go home and say, well, apparently they're not going to give it to me. So Matt and I were recording this morning We had a conversation for a future professional noticer. And that episode is with Jimmy Fortune, who is the guy with the Statler Brothers, who I've known forever. And he tells some awesome stories, and it's just some incredible insights there. I think that's week after next that will appear. I hope you guys have seen the Kainoa episode this week that came out Tuesday. Kainoa Spencer, you won't recognize that name, but trust me, this episode of The Professional Noticer that came out Tuesday with Kainoa Spencer, that is a must watch. I mean, I'm just telling you, I don't often say you got to watch this, but you really need to catch that episode of the podcast, okay? But as those of you who are regular podcast listeners know, at the end of each podcast, we have a fake commercial. You know, the podcasts have sponsors, but we also have, at the end, a fake commercial. Now, the last time I told anybody that we had a fake commercial, Judy Hess, the brunette from the Martins singing group, she actually was on. She said, "Those are fake?" And I'm like, "Okay, Judy." But yes, those last, the last thing on the entire show. And it looks like it's after the show has ended, because we start kind of doing credits and then do that. Who said that? Who said? Joy Gregory says, "I didn't get the money because I lied about only having one eye." Oh, that's good. That's good. So anyway, we had to record a podcast today, and we were inspired with the commercial. Jan Ritter says, "How do I find your podcast?" Just andyandrews.com, and if you will, it's andyandrews.com/podcast. But if you go on andyandrews.com and put your email address in there, you should get them, every week, just right to your email box. So yeah, let's do the whole episode of the Professional Noticer. So anyway, we end it with some stuff that's kind of funny, and it looks like it's after everything is done. But you always want to hang around and listen to it, to listen to the fake commercial, because they're always pretty stupid. And we have a great time writing them and doing them. And so I was inspired. After yesterday's phone call, I was inspired to write a commercial. And so we thought, even though it won't come out for a couple of weeks, we thought we would let you hear it now. Today. Okay, so here we go. This is what we do when we say, "Let's get out of here, Matt." And then, it rolls the music and all. And we go da-da-da-da-da-da. And then this part. This episode of The Professional Noticer was produced by Matt Limpert. The Noticer theme written and performed by Sugarcane Jane. Knee-high socks provided by Twinkle and Smoke of Beverly Hills. Additional financial consideration provided by the Undercover School for Professional Scam Artists. Have you always wanted to destroy the lives of perfect strangers? Do you dream at night of taking candy from babies? The Undercover School for Professional Scam Artists might just be for you. If you're the kind of person who doesn't mind stealing, we can help. Our street professors can teach you how to convincingly slip and feign grievous injury inside the offices of wealthy people or fantastically large corporations. Our fraud instructors will show you how to forge legal documents so you can threaten lawsuits to your heart's content, and all without even hiring an attorney. Would you rather work from home? Our phone scam dynamics course will be right up your alley. Why, you'll have the elderly people filling your bank account in no time. We are aware that while some students come to us ready to grow within our system, Others need a little more preparation. That's why, for a modest additional cost, we have board-certified New Age surgeons available within an hour's notice. So rest assured, your conscience can be removed quickly and painlessly. And enrolling in the Undercover School for Professional Scam Artists is easy. Simply go to your local Walgreens pharmacy, buy a Vanilla Visa card with $500 prepaid dollars on it, and send it to USPSA Dean of Students, 777 Ponzi Boulevard, Nigerian Prince Township, New York, 35902. And that's all there is to it. We are the Undercover School for Professional Scam Artists. So, that's the one that we wrote in honor of yesterday. Marcy Crawler Taylor says, loves the twinkle and smoke of Beverly Hills. Yeah, there are cats, Lacey Hay, conscience removed. Yes, you can have your conscience surgically removed. And Ron Reams is thinking about signing up for retirement income. Oh, yeah. We heard yesterday, we heard from Judson Perkins. I know Kevin is on right now. I don't think Judson's on, but after we did the show yesterday, we heard from Judson that, Judson is on. Okay, all right, good. Well, Judson, I'm going to tell you your story. As soon as we got through, Judson says, hey, not too long ago, somebody called Judson's grandmother and said that, what was it, Judson? Were you in jail or something? It said that he had gotten picked up for a traffic thing and was in jail, and he didn't want to tell his parents, and would his grandmother please send $2,000, and it would get him out of jail without, his parents knowing, so that he wouldn't be in so much trouble. Please, Grandma. Can you believe that? And then Kevin texted him and said, yeah, I almost got away with it too. Yeah, I wish you would have sent me $2,000. Anyway, Linda Loper, what is the color of my Land Rover? Well, the color I asked for, I asked her if they could do half red, half white. I said that I was an Alabama fan, because she asked me what color I wanted, and I said, Jim Meadow says, at least you didn't get accused of lying through your tooth. That's right. I'm from Alabama, not Arkansas. So, Dallas Kelly, oh my word, that is great. We do have a good time. I want to show you one more thing before I tell you what we're going to do on Black Friday. We've talked about writing and stuff, and one of the things that we're going to be doing in the studio Friday and Saturday. Now, this coming Tuesday, we're going to do a blue plate. Okay, so be ready for the blue plate, and I'm going to read you a Thanksgiving story that I wrote this Tuesday. Okay, so that's the Tuesday blue plate. Then we have Wednesday, then Thursday is Thanksgiving. Judson, you are a dad now, and I hope to goodness this is your year. You don't have to sit at the card table for Thanksgiving. I hope you get to sit at the table with the grown-ups. Let's see. So Thursday's Thanksgiving, and then Friday we're opening. We're going to open here at Wisdom Harbor Studios, and so come on. And we're also doing the online, Black Friday to Cyber Monday special, and that's going to be a big deal. And prices we're going crazy. We're slashing prices, and so, but we're going to be open here. And all the stuff, or most of the stuff is up and ready. And we're also going to have, and some of you know that I have, through the years, collected memorabilia from the Andy Griffith Show, and so we have that displayed in one of the cabinets, and we are also going to have the squad car here It will be downstairs. The squad car from the second season. It will be downstairs, right underneath us here, and you can have your picture taken with it, and then come on up, or come up and then have a picture. And so while we're doing all this, all the books in here, everything is signed. All right. But we got everything, man. It's coffee cups, t-shirts. It's everything. It's not as bad as a souvenir shop coming out of Disney World, but we're getting there. But we've got a lot of cool stuff to look at. A lot of things. All the canvases are on sale, and so it's going to be great. But while you're here, we are going to be recording. We're going to be we'll be broadcasting. We'll be recording. We're going to see if we can hook up, get for Friday and Saturday, see if we can find somebody that we want to do a podcast. So we'll have that. And, if you're out here in the studio areas, there are 4 big screen televisions and the speakers. And so everything that's done in here, you'll be able to hear out there. I'm surrounded by glass here, so you can look in and see the piece table, and look in and see the arrowheads here in the piece table. You can see it all, and so we're going to try to do a podcast. We're going to do a Blue Plate special live on Friday and Saturday, and we're going to be recording an audiobook. We're going to start on Robinson Crusoe. And we're thinking about doing some of a Faulkner piece too. And this is not the Faulkner piece we're doing, but I wanted to show you, as we're looking through this, figure out, Faulkner's the one, they threw him up to us in high school, right? This is, oh my God, this is the writer, this is the person, if you write but how do they tell you to write in high school? Do you remember the things that you got counted down for, the things that got the red check marks, the things they wouldn't let you do? One of the first things that the English teachers would get on to us about would be like compound sentences or run-on sentences. Okay, I found this morning, and I'm going to read you the first and second sentences in a story. I'm only going to read you 2 sentences, okay? Just 2, only 2 sentences. And this Faulkner story, this story is called Old Man, in honor of Kevin Perkins. All right, and it's set in Mississippi, Kevin. How about that? All right, so here's the first sentence. Once, it was in Mississippi in May, in the flood year 1927, there were 2 convicts. That is the first sentence. Now, I'm only going to read you one other sentence. This is the second sentence. One of them was about 25, tall, lean, flat-stomached, and with a sunburned face and Indian black hair and pale, china-colored, outraged eyes, an outrage directed not at the men who had foiled his crime, not even at the lawyers and judges who had sent him here, but at the writers, the uncorporeal names attached to the stories, the paper novels, the Diamond Dicks and Jesse Jameses and such, whom he believed had led him into his present predicament through their own ignorance and gullibility regarding the medium in which they dealt and took money for, in accepting information on which they placed the stamp of verisimilitude and authenticity. This is so much the more criminal since there was no sworn notarized statement attached, and hence so much the quicker would be the information accepted by one who expected the same unspoken good faith, demanding, asking, expecting no certification, which he extended along with the dime or 15 cents to pay for it, and retailed for money, and which on actual application proved to be impractical and to the convict criminally false, because there would be times when he would halt his mule and plow in mid-furrow. There is no wall penitentiary in Mississippi. It is a cotton plantation, which the convicts work under the rifles and shotguns of guards and trustees, and muse with a kind of enraged impotence, fumbling along the rubbish left him by his one and only experience with courts and law, fumbling until the meaningless and verbose shibboleth took form at last, himself seeking justice at the same blind fount where he had met justice and had been hurled back and down, using the mails to defraud, who felt that he had been defrauded by the third-class mail system, not of crass and stupid money, which he did not particularly want anyway, but of liberty and honor and pride. That was one sentence. That was one sentence. And this is the guy that they held up to us as the person, we need to learn everything that because this is, seriously, I'd have been failed 20 times if I'd have written a sentence like that. Look at this. Look at this. Right? All right, look here. There's the first sentence. Once it was in Mississippi, and the flood years, there were two convicts. All right, the second sentence starts here. Now, there's a ton of semicolons and parentheses and commas, and the second sentence starts here, goes all the way down here, all the way to there. That's a sentence. In my books, I'm not even smart enough to write a paragraph that long. So you can be sure we won't be reading The Old Man. Okay, we're not putting that on audio for Wisdom Harbor. We do the audios for Wisdom Harbor, and so we're not putting that, because I can't do that. I can't even understand it. So, good grief. Lillian Mullen said Miss Simmons at Andalusia High School would have given an F minus. Do you remember, Matt? Do you know who the Partridge Family is? Mm-hmm. You do?
I know that group and I know their name.
He knows they're a group and he knows their name. That's all you know. That's okay. All right. David Cassidy. Come on. David Cassidy, Susan Day, Danny Bonaducci, Shirley Jones, Jeremy Galpwalks. Yeah. Come on now and meet everybody and hear us singing. There's nothing better than being together when we're singing. 5 of us and Mom working all day. We knew we could help her if the music would pay. Danny got Reuben to sell our songs, and it really came together when Mom sang along. Anyway, do you remember the Partridge Family? Do you remember when Keith, played by David Cassidy, who, by the way, had the same haircut as Carol Brady. Do you remember when Keith, in high school, he said that the English teacher had it in for him, and nobody believed him, and so he turned in an Ernest Hemingway essay, and she gave him a C minus. I've always thought that was just so funny. So, anyway, Kevin Perkins says, "Come on, get happy." Yeah. I remember a lot of their songs, though. Point me in the direction of, what rhymes with that? Albuquerque. And I remember, I Can Feel Your Heartbeat, but it sounded, when David Cassidy sang it, it sounded like can feel your heartbeat. Because, well, I can feel your heartbeat, but you didn't even say a word. Well, I can feel your heartbeat, and you didn't even say a word. Oh, I can tell, pretty woman, no matter my word. I can feel your heartbeat. You remember all this? This is just ridiculous. And my wife likes David Cassidy, and I liked Bobby Sherman, but she didn't like Bobby Sherman. Can you tell we're out of anything to talk about? I mean, I'm talking about Bobby Sherman and David Cassidy. Do you know who Bobby Sherman is? Come on, Matt. Seriously? Yeah, Bobby Sherman. He was in a television show called Here Come the Brides. And what was the theme song from? The theme song from Here Come the Brides was the greenest trees you'll ever see in Seattle. Remember that? But Bobby Sherman was the one who did I'm taking the shade dun, 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 out of the sun ding, 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 ding. Whatever made me think that I was number one? I didn't, I know. Easy come and easy go. I was unkind, and on and on. So I loved Bobby Sherman too, Becky. I did. I just thought he was just the greatest. I would watch that Here Come the Brides thing, and I didn't even know what the big deal was, but I liked Bobby Sherman. So we're going to be here. We hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I can't think of anything else that I'm supposed to tell you. Matt, is there anything else I'm supposed to tell them? What?
Not that you're supposed to.
Not that I'm supposed to. Okay. Yeah, but we could probably come up with some other stuff to, yeah, I know we could. One day I think we need to do a television theme show, maybe a show about, remote television theme songs. Like everybody remembers the Rifleman except Matt. Do you remember the Rifleman? Golly, I would like to know.
What year I was born? Right?
What year were you born?
91.
91? Nobody was born in 91. Nobody was born that. That's just like ridiculous. But remember the Rifleman? I want to find out how many times he shot that guy. You talk about a cool. We're gonna remember. And Tuesday, let's show him the opening of the Rifleman. Because man, you remember he would like kind of flip that rifle up, cock it, and he go chow 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 like that. That is a very cool opening because it shows him walking in the street with somebody, and he takes it rifle and goes chow 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 chow, and then he has this look when the music starts. He looks at the camera like, I killed them all. I mean, that's kind of what he looks like. And he goes, da 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 da. He goes, dun 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 dun. And so that's the Rifleman. And people remember that, except for Matt. But what people don't remember is the follow-up vehicle that the Rifleman had. The Rifleman was Lucas McCain, but who was the actor? What am I looking at you for? You didn't even see the show. Who was the actor? Judson. You were born in 91. Judson was born in 91, Matt. You and Judson can eat at the adult table this Thanksgiving together. Let's see. Chuck Connors. That's right. Thank you, Diane Cecil White. Chuck Connors. Okay, do you remember Rodney Yep? Do you remember what other TV show that Chuck was the star of? Do you? Do you know, or are you just asking me? Rodney, do you know? The name of it, and it only ran for a couple of years. And in today's world, it would have run for like 2 episodes and they'd have cut it off. But the name of it was Branded. That was the name of it. And this was back in an era when they would kind of tell what had happened. Did you know Gilligan's Island, it was not even picked up. At first, when they did the pilot for it, the pilot failed even getting past the television executives because they were looking and going, why are these people on an island? What's the deal? Why are you just like, they're just on an island? What's going on? And so Sherwood Schwartz went home and wrote that song, that night. This is the tale of our castaways, da-da-da-da-da. And then presented it again. They were like, yeah, great. Okay, so Marcy Cross Taylor says, Branded always made me sad. Right. But they told you the story in the song. And so you knew what was going on with the series and why this guy was, acting the way he did, why he was going, and his uniform looked kind of ratty. Is because at the first of the television show, while the song is going on, they've got Chuck Connors, and he's there, and there's a military bunch lined up, and it looks like it's like a Union Army looking thing, and the sergeant goes up to him, and he's standing at attention. The sergeant rips his stripes off that side, and then takes his sword and breaks it over his knee, which I never really thought about until now. Not sure how easy it would be to break a sword over your knee, but they did it on the television show. And meanwhile, you're hearing the song. All but one man died at Bitter Creek, and they say he ran away, branded, scorned as the one who ran. What do you do when you're branded and you fight like a man? He was innocent, not a charge was true, but the world would never know. Branded, scorned as the one who ran. What do you do when you're branded? Well, you fight like a man. For wherever you go for the rest of your life, you must prove you're a man. Branded, brought to you by Kellogg's. And that was the thing, and you kind of knew what was going on. Yeah, I remember Paladin. Absolutely. Yeah. Love Paladin. Wore black. He wore black before Johnny Cash ever came along. Okay, I think that's it. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of boos and hisses. And yeah, Kevin Perkins says we had alternate lyrics for that song. Yes, we did. Yes, we did have alternate lyrics. Do you want to hear them?
I do.
Matt says he does.
I couldn't tell if you were trying to remember them or if you should sing them.
No, I definitely remember them. And Kevin remembers them too. But wait, I mean, we might have been in like the fourth grade when that show was on. Can't believe I remember the words. But our alternate lyrics in the fourth grade were, instead of branded, we said stranded. Okay, and so we go, stranded, stuck on the toilet bowl. What do you do when you're stranded and you ain't got a roll? Now, I gotta just tell you, I'm glad Polly's not watching today, because Polly, she wouldn't even laugh. She wouldn't even laugh at that. And she wouldn't laugh. And she says that, and I said, well, Kevin laughs. Kevin laughs. Jimmy Erie laughs. Matt laughs. Brian laughs. Roland laughs. Ty laughs. Joe laughs. Sam laughs. And she says, yeah, you're all little boys. You're just little boys. Well, maybe we are. Maybe we are. and you're just such a grown-up. That's what I'd like to say to her. And if I was in the 4th grade, you know what I would say? You know what I would say? I would say, you think you're hot snot on a silver platter, but you're really coal boogers on a paper plate. And that would have got her, wouldn't it? All right. See you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.